welcome back to this channel of crafting, crochet and knitting. My name is Nikki and welcome to my little yarniverse. So hello, welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, welcome. If you are new, you are very welcome here. If this is your first video, then you can find more content under my playlist from 2020 and from 2021. Really easy to find the videos, and if you enjoy them, then please do give us a subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're enjoying most. Are you a knitter or a crocheter or both? Are you just here for the yarn? Do you prefer toys, blankets or garments? Let me know in the description because I do love to hear what you are making. Today's video, however, is actually a yarn on tour meets yarn haul, because I can't just go into a yarn shop and not come away with some yarn, right? So we do have some yarn to show you at the end of this video, but first I want to actually talk about and show off the shop itself, because the owner was really lovely and let me take some footage, so I have to show you that. I'll do a little voiceover for it. But we actually didn't come across this shop like on purpose. Like, we didn't know about this yarn shop. We were in Lincolnshire visiting family and they were raving about a completely different shop, not even a craft shop. This was a low plastic shop that they found and they absolutely loved it. So you know the ones where they bulk buy rices and pastas and even oils, like in big canisters of oils and vinegars and things. And yeah, my in-laws were absolutely raving about this shop. Absolutely loved it. They've saved so much plastic waste by having just like the one big package comes into the shop, and they said instead of having lots of different individual packaged things, you take your jars, you take paper bags. Really good for the environment. And it just sounded like such a lovely little quaint shop. We don't have anything like that around here, so we really wanted to go and visit it. So off we popped to this shop in Market Rasen, and whilst we were there we just noticed there was all these really cute little local shops. Again, not really what we have around here, so we decided to take a little walk around and see what else there was. There was, so besides the low plastic shop, there was a couple of little gift shops, a couple of clothes ones, and then of course we stumble across a yarn shop. So in we go. So yeah, we stumbled across this yarn shop totally by accident. It is called the Stitch Witch, and let's have a little look at that footage now, shall we? So here we have this cute little shop that we came across. So this is a yarn and a fabric shop. There's some sewing things. So at the back there you can see lots of the yarn. When you walk in, there's this beautiful Sirdar squishy yarn, and each of those bobbles ends up working out into a stitch. There's a scarf we'll go past, there it is. That was made up of that yarn, which was lovely. And we have some Christmassy fat quarters on the side with some Sirdar yarn stored underneath it. And then we have sort of the sewing bits here, so ribbons and thread and accessories and some fibres coming up in the corner. Now I saw a beautiful planet spacey fabric over here, and it's just that black one on the middle shelf, and it's got this really cool planet look. Some hanks of yarn there with some really nice heathered approach and really lovely silky solid covers. Yeah, so the space fabric, just on the black one on the shelf there, has this really nice old map look where the planets are surrounded by like gold circles. Looks like an old map. And some more threads there for cross stitch and embroidery, and the West Yorkshire spinners. Gotta show off the West Yorkshire spinners. So yeah, the shop has been around actually for 8 years. Owned by the current owner for the last 5. So I think it's really lovely that the current owner actually worked for the original owner. Her background is in fine art, and now she's in the craft field, which is amazing. So she's got a real eye for detail, some beautiful yarns in the shop. And yeah, so she basically bought the business about 5 to 6 years ago, and has been there ever since, which is really nice. There's more yarn at the back of the store. It's deceptively big, actually. You sort of walk past and think it's going to be a very small storefront, with it being part of just a small town, but actually it's a really good sized shop with lots of options. So we've been past some Serta, some West Yorkshire Spinners, some Croft. There's some Rico in the corner as well. We've been past some Stylecraft. I think the Rico's coming up actually. But what I was really, really happy to see in this store is a sample of hand-dyed yarns. I don't see that very often when I've been into yarn shops. It's really nice to have some hand-dyed on display. I think we're just going to catch a glimpse of it above all the knitting supplies. There we go, those bright pinks and blues. That's the hand-dyed yarn on the shelf there, in amongst some West Yorkshire Spinners fleece. So absolutely loads of variety. I would have picked up some of the hand-dyed, but it's not quite my colour. We've got some more fat quarters there, and also quite a lot of patterns in the shop. So yeah, really lovely little shop. So yes, that was Stitch Witch in Market Rasen. Lovely little shop, I say a little shop, quite big actually. Quite a big selection and pretty good floor space considering it's just a little local shop. So yeah, it was nice. I did come away with a few things. So let's take a little look. I've got them sort of wrapped in tissue paper at the moment just to keep them a little bit safe before I put them in my supply more permanently. So where should we start? Let's start, actually, before we hit the yarn, let's start with my new pattern acquisition, shall we? So this is the, oh, am I going to say this wrong? Rico Rumi? I think that's right. This is the Rico Rumi, and it is the space patterns. So we have got a pattern in here for these stars, for these planets, for the spaceship, and for the space person. So yes, really looking forward to that. And actually what you can't see on the front is that there's also patterns in here for these little aliens. They just look like the perfect little scrap busting project, actually, because you don't even need to do those in sort of bright neons. You could do them in any colours that you have spare yarn for. So yes, in fact, can I get a bigger picture of the little aliens? I don't think I can get a bigger picture of the aliens. Oh no, here we go. There they are. I hope you can see that because I can't see the camera. That's why I find out that they're on the screen. Oh no, there we go. So, just little striped aliens. Oh, there's also a different spaceship than that as well, actually, so that's quite cool. I had a little browse of this, but actually I've just realised I can show these bigger pictures because the pattern is further in the book. So there's the stars and the space person. There's the space person with different angles. One of the planets and the spaceship. This is really good because usually when you get a pattern book you can't show bigger pictures of the items because otherwise you see the pattern. But yeah, there's a spaceship and the aliens there. This is really well put together. And then now I'm onto the pattern, so I can't show you anything else from those pages. It does say in the back what colours they recommend, because obviously this is from a yarn brand, but you could do that with any yarn, which is kind of nice. Then, speaking of yarn, we've got a couple of little things here. So I saw a sock in the store made out of this yarn and it was beautiful. So this is King Cole Summer. We have the colour Iris and it is lovely. It's got these peaches, these peachy pinks and then blues and purples, and it is meant to stripe. It's got a bit of reflection on it, so it's going to stripe like that. And we've got 100 grams here, so I can use that to make 2 socks. We have got a 55% bamboo, 37% cotton and an 8% PBT. Not seen that one before. I assume that it's some sort of plastic to give it a little bit more structure maybe. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong. If you know what that is, please let me know in the comments. It's quite thin. Now it's recommending 2 sizes of needles, which is strange, for different gauges, but I would be tempted to say that we want the 2.25mm with these, so that would be a US 1, but 2.25mm needles, because this is quite thin. I just get my fingers behind it there. That's quite a thin yarn. So the other pattern, the other gauge, sorry, says 3.25, but I think that might be a bit big. I've got 3mm needles, but I don't think I'd put these on 3mm needles. So that is the beautiful iris, and then we have got some of my absolute favourite West Yorkshire spinners. Okay, I'm going to pause the video and just sort the lighting out, because for some reason the lighting has left me, so I'm going to tweak the lighting. 1 second. That's better, isn't it? I've had to put the overhead light on and change the setting to warm. Let me see if I just hold this iris up again. I think that that's probably a better portrayal of the colour. I think that I was just losing the light at the wrong moment there. So yes, that's the iris. Let's get the next yarn back up. So here it is, West Yorkshire Spinners. Gotta love a little bit of West Yorkshire Spinners. They are a UK brand. This is their Silent Night, and it's their sparkle yarn, so hopefully you can see that sparkle. I really hope that's not itchy when it's in sock form. So this is a 75% wool, 23% nylon and 2% polyester, so that polyester is going to be the sparkle. Usually it's 25% nylon in a lot of their signature yarns, because I love making socks out of this yarn. So yes, this is 4-ply, 400 meters, 100 gram ball. So this will almost certainly need a 2.25 millimeter set of needles. Don't know why my brain just blanked there. And if I hold it back here, you can kind of see that it's a different selection of blues. Maybe if that's not too bad, is it? You can sort of see it at the top here. We've got a couple of lighter ones, but it's mostly a couple of tones of navy with this sparkle, and it does really look just like a night sky, and it's really nice. So that's what I got. And lastly, what came with this is a pattern for a pair of socks. So these are the Comet Socks. They are a lace pattern. You can't really see the lace in this picture because the person's wearing quite dark tights on underneath. Was there a better picture in the pattern? I don't think there is. It's all pattern here, so I can't really show it particularly well. But there is a sort of a lace design going down the front of the foot. So you can kind of catch it in the corner there that there's a pattern. I guess that the best thing to do will be for me to make these so that I can show you what they look like if I wear sort of white underneath it. You'll be able to see the lace better. So that pattern came with the yarn, which is nice. There was another couple of different patterns for different versions of this, but I just had to go for the night sky, didn't I? I've also actually got a lot of navy clothes now for work, so I think that they would look really nice with my work clothes. That go really well. So this video has most definitely gone on long enough. I've had a lot to show you and chat about. Oh, one more thing before I go. Guess what I got? I stopped by a different branch of Aldi on my way home from a different supermarket, and they had like 2 of these left in stock, and they were on offer, and I checked, and both of the screws are present. So yes, absolutely so happy with this. If I just unscrew those ever so slightly. It says it has 3 settings. I kind of don't see how it can be limited to just 3. I feel like I can do anything in between, but if I sort of stopped halfway, can I screw it back in place? seem to be able to screw it back in place. So yeah, I think I can do a variety of different sizes. So yeah, I am looking forward to using this to make up a couple of tassels for my purple chunky cushion, which will hopefully be making its way back out onto the sofa really soon, because these have got more of an autumn feel to them, and I think the purple of the chunky cushions is just that little bit more springtime, so I'm going to swap those out. So yes, all of that was such a ramble to basically say I'm very happy. Have my tassel maker. That was the thing missing from my advent calendar that my husband made me, because we had to take it back because there was a screw missing. So super happy that I found that. So that is genuinely all from me this week. I hope you've enjoyed watching about a yarn store in a different corner of the country. Definitely loving keeping my eye out for yarn stores whenever I am out and about, and checking out their content and how they differ, and actually, yeah, just this is one of the first yarn stores I found where they had hand-dyed yarn in. Not my colour, so I didn't pick any up, but yeah, just loving it, loving seeing the different stores that people have got going on around the country. So super excited for that again in future. Hope you enjoyed it this time, and I will see you in another video. Bye!